Michigan tight end Eric Gall was fortunate enough to be named a team captain of the Wolverines prior to the 2022 college football season. But in all actuality, he's lucky to be playing in the Big House on Saturdays in the fall.
Here we go.
Michigan tight end Eric Gall has a knack for making big plays.
If we get the ball, we're going to make the most of it.
Gall is not just making the most of his opportunity on the football field, but for his opportunity in life.
I thought he was dead.
21 years ago, when Gall was an infant, his Indiana home was caught on fire.
The house went up into flames. My dad couldn't really get into the room to save me.
I remember seeing orange flames come from under the bedroom door and me opening the door and there's a flame there and I couldn't get to my son.
5 minutes after the house was engulfed in flames, Tom Broyles in the Richmond, Indiana Fire Department came to help.
That's the first time that I ever had to, attempt to rescue someone.
Broyles looked and looked.
It's hot, you couldn't see anything.
But eventually, Eric was rescued.
It took a minute to find him.
That was the longest minute of the Gall family's life.
It was pretty terrifying, and it seemed like it took forever. It was just very traumatic.
Even after he was rescued, Eric wasn't breathing.
They gave me CPR and brought me back to life, and here I am now.
Here he is. Eric Gall is in Ann Arbor, Michigan, playing as a team captain for the Wolverines.
I mean, it almost seems like this is what he was born to do, and maybe that is what he was saved for. I don't care what he was saved for. I was just happy that he was saved.
In December of 2021, it was brought to the attention of the man that saved Eric, Tom Broyles, that the infant he rescued was a star for the Wolverines. And 21 years after that unforgettable day, Broyles and Gall were able to meet after the 2022 home opener against Colorado State.
It was just a really cool thing. Even if he wasn't a really great football player, still what a great outcome for him having the life that he's had.
Now Eric isn't just glad to be playing football at Michigan, but to be breathing.
It's a blessing that I'm still here, and without him, I wouldn't be.
Mark Skol Jr., 13 on Your Side Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, here come your Broncos!
Waldo Stadium creates quite the environment for fans in the stands.
The fact that it sits into a hill and it's kind of sunk down and people feel like they're right on top of you, it's just an unbelievable atmosphere for college football.
The atmosphere can be seen by as many as 30,000 on every Broncos game day. It's the second largest stadium in the MAC with plenty of seats to choose from. The seats with backings, the classic bleachers, or even the rented portable seats to go on top of the bleachers. But one seat inside Waldo Stadium is unlike any other in all of college football.
I'd never seen anything like it.
And it's right here in Section Z, row 21, seat 2.
To me, it was just so unique because it was in the back corner and it was a 2-row bleacher, which is very odd.
Mike Barker is a college football traveler. He has gone to all 131 stadiums in the FBS, and one of his goals at every stadium he visits is to find seats with obstructed views. Barker says after taking in the Broncos game against Northern Illinois at Waldo Stadium last week, these are the most unique seats he has ever seen.
And these were just one of two and hidden and forgotten about. If you sat up there, you could only see about 15% of the field.
Due to the views from Section Z, row 21, seat 2, the Western Michigan ticket sales team says those seats are not for sale.
We obviously don't sell it because it is a restricted seating, and there are other seats in the stadium that we don't typically sell because of obstructed views.
Regardless, Barker still loves to find the distinct parts of every stadium that make it different.
For me, when you look at these unique quirks at a stadium, what you're doing is you're pointing out interesting things that people can come back and visit, check out, take photos from themselves. It's not to poke fun or talk down a stadium. It's more just to show the idiosyncrasies that each unique venue has to offer.
Mark Skol Jr., 13 on Your Side Sports.
13 on Your Side Sports, sponsored by Van Dyke Mortgage.
If you are from Hastings, you know Doug Metham. He's a legend in town. Literally, he earned that status in Hastings a few years ago because of his impact with the soccer program. And now he's fighting for his life.
I didn't know how to coach, but after 30 years, it was a riot.
Longtime Hastings soccer coach Doug Metham does a lot of reflecting these days.
We didn't get too many cards. I got the cards. I got a lot of yellow cards.
Lots and lots.
Metham also earned a lot of respect in the Hastings community as he founded both the boys and girls soccer programs at the high school.
The first year we became a real varsity team.
Kind of a go-getter, and he just began the program.
He started it because he loved soccer, and he wanted his daughters to have a chance to play the sport he loved.
There's Dad and my brother. Some of the best memories that I've ever had were playing for my dad because we were a brand new team and we really wanted to win.
After fighting for soccer at Hastings, Metham now faces the biggest battle of his life. He's diagnosed with ALS.
Things happen. It is what it is.
It was a total shock for the Hastings community.
Well, there aren't really a lot of words for it except that it just takes your breath away.
What also takes Doug's breath away is the support he's received.
Right here. Heart.
I know it, yes. Several friends and former players stopped by weekly to visit him, and Hastings High School even built a ramp for the former coach. It's easy to see why the community has his back.
The impact that this one person has created is just tremendous.
If you can find role model outside of your family, he's the one that you want.
The support has been phenomenal.
What more to ask for?
And with nothing to ask for, all Metham wants to do is look back at all of those good times, especially those spent yelling on the sidelines.
It was a great time of my life. It was.